Welcome back to the Time Out with the Crew podcast,
Yes, sir.
Tuesday Night Lights show. I'm your host, Tommy. With me is Bardo and Johnny P again. We got a good
Going out.
episode, man. We're going to be recapping our NFL Week 5 pick'ems, college football. Got some fun segments. Big news happening this week. And all the stuff happening coming up. So let's jump right into the news. We had some boxing over the weekend.
Oh, man, did we?
How did that go down, Johnny?
Man, I'll give you guys a little sneak peek because I know we do our Friday thing, and today's football, so we want to make sure we stay on track. But, man, something be wrong if we didn't bring up the fight this weekend. It was, man, people are saying it was one of the greatest heavyweight fights of all time. Action-packed from start to finish. I mean, both of these guys just absolute warriors going at it. Wilder starts off with a plan, going to the body. Looks like a good plan. It's something different than what he had done previously. And even Fury gave him a little nod like, okay, let's go. Man, when Fury put him down in the fourth, I think it was, I jumped out of my seat. I'm sitting there yelling. I'm like, okay, here we go. Total domination again. Lo and behold, Wilder gets up and in the fifth round puts Fury down twice. And he landed that right hand that we were talking about, that bomb. The bomb squad landed twice, knocked him down. So you think Fury, again, sneak peek, don't want to dive crazy into it, but it shows you the fighter that Fury is to be able to take those punches, get up, and then take Wilder to church. I mean, it was from the moment he got up, it was then domination. I mean, they were going at it nasty, but Fury went to work, and it just shows why he's the greatest heavyweight right now. And I don't see anybody stopping him anytime soon. Credit to Wilder. Again, I can't say enough about the guy, the spirit, the heart. Little weird at the end, didn't want to show love, didn't want to show respect or anything like that. But again, you give both of these guys credit. But I mean, man, what a fight! What a fight!
Yeah, I did not like that at the end.
He was salty, man. He was like Isaiah Thompson against the Pistons or against the Bulls, dog. He was like, let's just go to the locker room, fuck him.
No love, no love.
Yeah,
Jake won the titles.
We'll talk more about that Friday because a lot of people are calling it, like you said, the greatest heavyweight and putting it up there as the greatest trilogy, alongside of Muhammad Ali and
Frazier,
Mickey Ward, and
Mike Tyson.
Big fights like that. And
Holyfield and Bull. Yeah, it's up there. I slightly disagree with the greatest of all time, but again, we'll get into that on Friday.
And what makes it even crazier is that it's a guy that lost. Well, you could call it he lost 3 times. A draw is a loss for both of them. But this guy lost 3 times, and they're calling it up there as one of the greatest heavyweight fights.
And that's why I'm giving Fury a tremendous amount of respect, credit, everything, because again, you can't forget before Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, every person that stood across that ring met that right hand and went to sleep. And Fury not only took it, he stepped in that ring 3 times with that man. And Fury says it at the end. That was the most devastating puncher in the heavyweight division, and Fury got in that ring 3 times with him. Respect.
And that's why I say, who's next?
And who is better than either one of those two, though?
I mean, now you kind of look at with the way things shook up. Of course, everyone would have loved to see Fury and Joshua for King of the World. I mean, that was just a massive fight, but Joshua's lost to Usyk really threw a wrench at those plans because Joshua's going to want that rematch, and who knows next year where everybody's going to be at. I mean, I'd like to see Wilder and Joshua, Usyk and Fury, but Ruiz is calling guys out. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but it's definitely a crazy time to be a heavyweight right now.
Well, what a time to be
alive. So NBA news. The Nets just announced they will not allow Kyrie to play until he's vaccinated.
Man.
He was able to play road games, able to practice, but now they're not allowing him to do anything until he is vaccinated.
The world is flat.
Now, like with Kyrie, again, I don't know how the entire league works or is going to work or anything like that, but I wonder if the Nets are going to set some kind of trend here where, for the most part, you've just heard rumblings about, it's up to the players. And I know besides Kyrie, there was a few players. I know most of the league is already vaccinated, but I'm not sure what teams are actually going to implement not allowing players to play until they're vaccinated. Again, we're talking about a select few, but Kyrie Irving being a giant name among those who was very vocal about the vaccination. So just wanted to see where this goes.
KD's probably pissed. He could have just stayed with the healthy play this year.
Well, not only that, they constantly talk about it with the Nets. I mean, KD was sick of it. The players are sick of answering the questions about what's going on with him, what's happening. And KD's like, look, I'm just here to ball. So on one hand, you see Kyrie's choice on what he wants to do. It's his choice. But again, now it's affecting a lot of other variables. I mean, again, you're talking about an entire team. You're talking about playoffs, championships and stuff like that can be on the line here. Again, not to pressure anybody into doing anything. It's completely his choice, but his choices have consequences. So who knows? The Nets might be ready to roll without him. Who knows?
Become an American robot.
You're gonna have to be able to roll without him. But the NFL news: John Gruden is no longer the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders.
Absolutely not.
And I heard they took his ring away. No, or not his ring away, but at least took him off the Tampa Bay fucking Hall of Fame.
His name from
dirt balls, man.
Awards that were given.
Really? I didn't know that.
Oh, that's dirty,
like a
man.
Reggie Bush thing where
over some 2011 messages, dog. What's up? Why we waiting 10 years to talk about this shit now, though? That's what I want to know.
And to that I say, I don't know enough about the emails to know exactly how to cast judgment on it. I hear that they spanned from 2011 to 2018, that it was all a part of an investigation, I believe, into the Washington football team based on the sexual misconduct allegations to the cheerleaders there. I'd be interested to know where these leaks came from, because honestly, again, it's the timing of everything is weird. The situation itself, Gruden, out of the thousands of emails that they went through, they select a certain amount. What I'd like to know is how many other people are sweating right now, because whether you agree or disagree, whether with the firing, whatever was in there, they parted ways. So there's a lot of other people that got to be nervous about what's going on. Now, here's what I'll say to that, and this is us just talking. Again, we can all differentiate what people are saying. How people joke and what they do. But again, it doesn't always translate over text, over email and stuff like that, where, I've had instances where I send a joke to somebody, hey man, what's going on? Again, it gets translated wrong. But for the most part, we can decipher guy talking shit and being racist, homophobic. You know what I mean? We're not stupid when it comes to that. So when you read the emails, again, I haven't. You can only speculate at this point by everything that's been done. I will say this: if there was anything racist in there with racist intent, homophobic intent, things like that, those are, again, fireable offenses. Action should be taken. If the guy was talking shit, and what I mean by that, by not saying just talking shit, if the guy was saying it in a different type of context, again, you're calling Roger Goodell a pussy and all this other, okay, that is something completely different than the accusations and everything like that are being thrown around right now by people who, again, just don't know all the facts. I don't know all the facts, so I cannot pass judgment. I can't say whether they should have parted ways, whatever should happen. I just know I'd be interested in reading what emails they found incriminating and what other names are going to be brought to it. Because, again, you wonder where the leak came from. Because, again, this is an NFL matter. They were digging into another organization, and Gruden's name popped up, his email. So you wonder, How many other owners can possibly be affected by it? Who else can be affected by it? What Roger Goodell is going to do? I mean, it's just a massive wave to hit the NFL in week 5. You know what I mean? It's sad all the way around. I mean, again,
so good.
And as the Raiders are doing good, as Derek Carr
Last
was
year-
starting to find his way with John Gruden.
Last year they were like finding their way. This year they were on something, you know.
Yeah. And they go to John Gruden, a couple of days ago about the emails regarding the NFLPA and what he said about the head of or the director. Again, you don't exactly know. He said what he said, but then he said he meant a liar, whatever the case was. Again, whether you believe him or not, in this climate of the way things are, you have to be careful about what you do. Not only what you say, what you type, because you never know. Once that send button gets hit, it's out there. Again, I'm sure he never thought any of this would be put in his face, would come out, or anything like that. But again, you're sending, even if you're just joking, when you're at the top of the social structure that he is, in the position that he's in, worth the money that he's worth, and has control of the people he has control of, you have to be careful putting yourself in situations like this. Unfortunately, we live in a time where things are just not tolerated the way they were. Again, whether they be joking, whether or not, he's parted ways with the Raiders, and he had a 10-year, $100 million deal that completely fell apart due to some emails that happened. Again, I'm not trying to say they weren't severe, they weren't the issue, because I didn't read them. It just seems like an extreme action to take against something that we haven't even seen for our own eyes yet. It's sad. It's crazy.
And then in week 5, it was the worst week for kickers. There was 13 missed field goals.
Man, tell me about it.
This one hit home, man. This one hit home.
I was sitting there biting my damn nails. Like, come on, Crosby, what the hell, dude?
Yeah, Crosby missed 4, and
Man, Cincinnati missed their last one too.
And Cincinnati, they missed 2.
2 of them. Yep. It was crazy, and for everybody.
Oh, we got Monday night. I was gonna say Monday Night Football. No, Indianapolis missed their last chance to get that field goal too. Hit the dinger dog, and then the fucking Ravens came back. Oh, that was a great ass fucking game.
Really
Man, and for people who are saying, Mason Crosby, talking shit about Mason Crosby, I mean, take away those 4 field goals, the man's 71 of his last 78. The guy's money had a bad day in the office. I mean, look, I'm not gonna lie. I was sitting there cussing out the TV because I go, what are the chances he misses? What are the chances he misses?
A 36 foot or a 36,
At the same time, I would take them all over again. You know what I mean? Whether that be next week, the week after, I would do it all over again, because you want him in that position. He just had a rough day. Everybody had a rough day, apparently, but again, you just got to give these guys time and make sure that they're prepared when the moment comes, because the Cincinnati Packer ending was just an absolute shit show.
And it wasn't his worst outing, though, because he did miss 6 in Detroit. And
but
everybody wanted him gone.
Aaron Rodgers gives you 30 seconds. He drives it down there, bro, and it gives you another easy chipper, bro. Come on, man. That was like the last one was like, what, at least a 40, 38er?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And you can tell at the end of the game, they didn't want to put the ball in his hands when we intercepted that pass. They tried to go for that first down before he took the sack. Like, they were rolling for it and had to trust him. And, he made it and we won the game. But, I mean, that could have went either way. That was insane.
Yes, it was. But then I was looking up some fun facts. The New York Jets and Giants combined have 38 of 100 wins. They're the worst amongst teams since 2017. So New York altogether is bad.
Man, and then now the Nets are messing up. Like,
man, everybody's falling apart over there. The Knicks are trying to roll though.
The Knicks, the Nets, the Giants. Look, they all had their time in the sun. You know, they had their. Yeah, I don't know about the Jets, but you know the Giants and then all the other guys. It's just the cycle of it'll come back over. Just it's a bad time to be in New York right now.
Yes, it is.
We got to eat outside.
We have another London game Sunday, 8:30 p.m. or 8:30
Another
a.m.
one.
Miami versus Jacksonville.
A lot of Jacksonville fans in Europe.
So make sure you wake up, set your lineup. The only people in there that ain't gonna be starting.
And thanks
Who's
for
gonna be there?
Oh yeah, let's talk about that real quick because if you have a best cousin or a best friend, he would remind you that Chris Carson's not playing, even though he invites you to 7 leagues. I only want to be in like 3 or 4, but he invites you into like 8 more. He would be like, "Hey, Bardo, you want to get Chris Carson out of there? You did it in like 4 other leagues, but there's like 1 more league he's sitting in." Forgot about that guy, and I lost by like 12 points. I could have put in anybody on my bench, bro, and I would have won. I was pissed.
It's kill or be killed, bro. It's kill or be killed.
It was a free league though, so don't get you one of these for the money. It is what it is, man. That's my mistake. So, like you said, don't forget to check your lineups, boys.
Miami versus Jacksonville.
Who's the quarterback?
Tua's not back, is he?
Tua's trying to come back.
Yeah,
and Jacoby Brissett is going to be out. So their backup is Rich Side, I think his name is.
Yeah,
it's bad down there in Miami.
Yeah.
And you got Trevor Lawrence trying to get the Jaguars on track.
Yes, he is.
I'm taking Jacksonville. I didn't know Jacoby Brissett was
I will 1,000% take Jacksonville.
They're gonna get their first dub this week. Tell me,
Dallas
fix that.
Injury updates. We have Dallas Goddard got placed on COVID-19 list for the Eagles, tight end.
Cowboys better watch out.
Cody Parkey hurt his groin in the pregame, and he's going to be out. So the Saints need a kicker.
Man, they can pull out a wide receiver or somebody like that. There's always those guys trying to show off a lineman or a receiver, a tight end or somebody. They'll find a kicker.
Clyde.
Taysom Hill.
He's hurt this
Bro,
week.
I would love to see that. He probably could do it too.
Yeah.
Boy does everything else.
He got carted off.
Yeah, he did.
Last week's game. But Clyde Edwards-Helaire from the Chiefs, the running back, he's going to be out for multiple weeks.
That one hurts.
Yeah.
Man. I like that guy. That's my running back, bro.
Yeah, that sucked to see.
He was rolling. Everybody just thought because Patrick Mahomes is not playing at the level that he's been playing at, so Edwards-Helaire has been carrying the offensive load.
And that happens a lot because that happened to him last year. He was injured a little bit.
Yep. And Juju Smith-Schuster likely out for the year, shoulder injury. He was definitely crying in pain.
So if you got Deontay Johnson, man, you just came up.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, man, Juju, he didn't look comfortable, man. That sucked to see him get taken out like that.
And Antonio Brown tried to tell us this years ago, and it's just starting to come out now. Juju is not the number one receiver that they thought that they had, getting rid of Antonio Brown.
I mean, he's also got an old tired Big Ben throwing them to him.
Yeah, he had a chance though to leave. He had a contract set up for the Chiefs, and he said, "I'm gonna stay with Big Ben."
Oh yeah.
He didn't want to be the 4th wide receiver.
He's the 4th wide receiver now.
Yeah, no, like I said, he's got his chance to show out. You got Claypool there doing this thing.
But Russell Wilson's likely out for 6 to 8 weeks, man. MVP.
Man, that's rough. That's rough, man. Fantasy lineup gone.
Trey Lance, he tried to take over Jimmy Garoppolo, sprained his left knee, could possibly miss week 6.
I don't know what they got the water out in San Francisco.
Man, it's definitely not for quarterbacks, I'll tell you that. Max Williams is feared to suffer a knee injury, could be season ending. Saquon Barkley could be out for 2 to 4 weeks. His X-ray looked good though. The head coach Joe Judge said.
Man, that thing looked nasty on field. How swollen they showed.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, that looks bad.
And it
We
was
should show a
instantly.
picture of. We should show a picture of Tommy's ankle. It looked just like that.
Kenny Galladay hurt his knee. He's week to week. Daniel Jones is in concussion protocol. That Cowboys defense just was taking out the Giants, man. What the fuck?
Man,
Cowboys weren't messing around. Cowboys are out here handling their business this year.
they got the talent, man. They got to get it all together. And, maybe this is the year. Who knows? I guess.
They gotta beat Tom Brady. They just gotta beat fucking Ram. They just gotta beat those playoff games. They can make it to the playoffs and they can win their division easily, man.
And that's the thing. Yeah, we've seen that they can get there, but they need to win. I mean, that's what this has been all about. And they're heading in the right direction. They have a squad. They have, the receivers, the running backs, the tight end, the defense is there. They have the weapons to do it. I just don't know why year after year they can't put it together.
Yep.
Shout out Tony Romo, man.
And then Lights, camera, action. Jeremy, this is we highlight our primetime moments: Thursday night football, Sunday night football, and Monday night football. So Thursday
Best
night,
of the best.
Russell Wilson, Geno Smith. They had a rough outing. 162 yards and 1 TD and 1 interception for Russell. 154 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception for Geno Smith.
Yeah, man.
But then the guy that nobody probably put in their lineup, Robert Woods, has 12 receptions, 150 yards. He had a Cooper Cup day.
No touchdowns.
Absolutely, man. He was definitely on the benches, man. It was, but it was good to see him get his money. You know what I mean? Like you see Cup eating, and Robert Woods had a nice week.
Yep. And then Sunday night football, the team I told you guys to be worried about, the Buffalo Bills.
Bills Mafia
was 315 passing yards. He had 4 total touchdowns, 3 passing, 1 rushing, and 58 rushing yards.
That
boy got some wheels.
Yes, he does.
Got the wheels.
This tight end that should be in everybody's lineup, Dustin Knox, 3 receptions, 117 yards, and a touchdown. He had 17 fantasy points in the last 3 games.
Or if you like B more, you get Mark Andrews, dog. Like me.
Mark Andrews.
One of these.
McCole Hardman had 9 receptions, 76 yards. The Chiefs weren't really a team to talk about that day. Monday Night Football.
Got bullied.
Jonathan Taylor, Wisconsin boy.
My boy.
Had 15 carries, 53 yards, and a touchdown. Also had 3 receptions, 116 yards, and a TD.
Where was all that shit in the fourth quarter, though, my man?
Nowhere to be found. But I don't like how the coach keeps trying to put in Hines. He puts Hines in those big fourth quarter moments instead of Jonathan Taylor. Which makes no sense.
Taylor was proven, man. Taylor was doing his thing. There wasn't a reason they shouldn't have gone to him.
Yeah, and then Mark Andrews. Finally, you could talk about him. 11 receptions, 147 yards, and 2 TDs.
Man, everybody ate.
He has everything to do with that comeback.
This is different. You normally don't see this from him. 37.
All in the third quarter, damn.
43, 442 passing yards, and 4 throwing touchdowns.
Yep.
62 rushing yards. This is the first time he's thrown for 400 yards in his career and led a comeback down 22-3.
That was his first time, bro. Like if that was his first time, I'm glad I fucking witnessed it, bro, because that was remarkable, bro. Yep. It was like 6 minutes left in the third quarter, and they just snapped.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. Lamar Jackson showed you how talented he is. Like, seriously, I mean, we all know the athleticism, when he can kick the thrusters on and take off. But, I mean, he showed you all those touchdowns came from in the pocket, too. Like, kudos to the offensive line. I mean, the man had all day. I mean, it wasn't going so good, obviously, in the first half, but that second half, I mean, they were saying guys are getting called out and all kinds of stuff like that. But whatever they had going on at halftime, the offensive line came out and held up.
Yep. And Marquise Brown, man, people got to really start putting him in their lineup because
Hollywood.
Hey, I started him at the last minute.
And last year he would drop these big catches, and that's why nobody wants him in there. This year it's the opposite. So let's see if that can keep rolling.
Yeah, man. And then and what's in the number 5? Is that Hollywood? Hollywood Brown? Is that who you're talking about?
Yep, Marquise Hollywood Brown.
Man, the fuck last game or the last 2 games ago he was dropping game-winning touchdown passes. So it's nice to see not only your quarterback to have trust in you, but to go back to you time after time for not only you make a mistake, but then to make a play, to make a game-winning play, to make a monster play. So, yeah, no, man, I'm happy for Brown.
Yep. And then we normally give a shout-out. This week is Trayvon Diggs, Cowboy cornerback. Man, he's making his mark for Defensive Player of the Year. He has 6 interceptions in the last 5 games. Something special. We haven't seen that.
Man, he caught one out of bounds. It didn't count, but it would have been nice. It was a great ass catch.
Oh
man!
But to get switched from a wide receiver to a corner, he's showing why he was a receiver before, because he has a knack for the ball. He can go out and get it. But
absolutely, man. It was crazy. Some of those catches, you can see why he was an ex-wide receiver. He was definitely finding that ball everywhere he goes, man.
But the crazy thing is, I'm hearing that he's getting put above Jalen Ramsey and guys like that, and it's like he's a ball hawk definitely, but I don't think he's a shutdown corner because he's allowing a lot of yards. He's not allowing big plays, but they are catching the ball and getting yards on him. It's just he has a knack for intercepting,
Oh yeah, definitely. No, it's wild to see, and when you have other players like that, when you have Jalen Ramsey and some of the other guys on there, to still be able to get yours, not only competing with those guys, but possibly being better than those guys. I mean, some teams are lucky to have one or two defensive players, and here they've got multiple. So, the teams get their yards, but you can definitely tell that he's eating, and Jalen Ramsey's not stopping it.
Yep. And we have recapping NFL Week 5, Thursday Night Football. The Rams took on the Seahawks. Didn't go too well for Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. It was 26-17. I mean, it was. I just think Matthew Stafford is able to find his way. I don't think getting into the playoffs, I don't think Matthew Stafford is going to be able to do it. But I think he's going to win the division, or not. I think he's going to get in there as a wild card because the Cardinals are winning the division. So I think he's going to end up losing. He's not going to have a home game. So it's just he's going to find these easy wins against teams like the Seahawks.
I mean, and at the same time, I mean, you see what Detroit's going through with Jared Goff. I think the Rams are fine with the trade-off. I mean, who's to say? I mean, Matthew Stafford's got a new team, new scenery, so hopefully he'll be able to shake that off and hopefully put together a successful season. And, I mean, nothing against the guy. He's been around for a while. He deserves something. So, I mean, I hope it works out. I hope he makes it to the playoffs and, wish him well. With coming out to LA, trying to get the Rams going. I mean, the defense is there. I mean, obviously we just talked about it. Aaron Donald on there, so they're set. But at the same time, Stafford's got to do his part. I mean, you've got Kupp, Woods, so the weapons are there. Again, he's got to be able to assemble it and put it together, because there's no reason it should just be easy teams. They should be devastating, anybody they run into. So.
And I mean, he beat Tom Brady, so it's not saying just easy teams. He did beat the Super Bowl champs.
Oh yeah, he went pound for pound with them. But I get what you're saying. At the same time, we've seen Stafford have these strong outings and then crumble when when it matters. I just really hope for something else this year. I hope he does well.
Yeah. But we have the London game Sunday morning. The Jets took on the Falcons, 27-20. They fell short. Kyle Pitts, though, the King of England, had 9 receptions, 119 yards, and a TD. He finally came alive. It was nice to see.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. Yeah, no, that was awesome, man. And to see our presence in London, man. I mean, they come out no matter what. You see all kinds of jerseys out there. They love football out there, man. So it was nice to see them celebrating and rooting for, even if the Jets and the Falcons weren't the team that they were rooting for. They just love football, man. So it was awesome to see.
You've seen Packer fans, Bill fans, and
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
every jersey in that.
Yeah.
Stadium. That was nice.
I want to go to London.
But we have the Packers. The host team.
I definitely want to go there. The Packers.
Oh yeah, my dude.
Have Super Bowl in London. Said it.
Man, at the Hotel Arena. Come on, boys, let's go.
Packers took out the Bengals in overtime.
Well, fuck their crew up. Who are they?
Crosby had redemption.
They are who we thought they were.
After both kickers missed 5 straight field goals,
Man.
Crosby pulls it out. You don't want to
Yeah,
talk about
it was.
You look like
Yeah, no, it was.
About to say
It was an
something,
awesome.
dude.
It was an awesome game. Look, when we came out, obviously Devontae did his things, Jones did his things. I'm not sure where the exact numbers were, but nerve-wracking, man. Like I couldn't believe that Joe Burrow was gonna come back and lead the team the way he did. So when we jump ahead, I'm like, okay, I felt okay after halftime. Mixon and Burrow were doing it. I'm like, I can't believe they're going to come back on us. Once they came back and tied the game, and it was left in the hands of the kickers, it was an absolute shit show, going back and forth. I mean, it was. But I will say this: in that moment of chaos and the moments, it was nice. You got every feeling as a football fan. And what are we? What is a fan? A fan is a fanatic. So we were our highs were high when Crosby was kicking. They were lows of lows when he missed it. They were high of high when Boyd kicked. It was just, you got every emotion at the end of the game. As much of a shit show as it was, how many kicks they missed, it reminds you why you're a fan of the game, and it brought out every emotion towards that end. And it was, we want to say a wild finish. It went almost into double overtime before somebody made a damn field goal.
Yeah, but it was nice at the end of the game to see Crosby go out to Eric McParsons and just let him know, like, we're gonna have a game like this. You're gonna go out there and you're gonna miss some big field goals. Just keep working at it, keep trying, And
It happens.
You let him know. But this is the first time on Sunday that 3 different Packers had 200 receiving yards, 100 rushing, and 300 passing.
Man.
They were all doing their thing, man.
Exactly.
And it shouldn't have went to a field goal. It should have been a high-scoring game, and I don't know. I just felt like
it was exactly what I called it. It was over 45 points.
But the Dolphins took on the Super Bowl champs, and they got their ass whooped, 45-17.
Tom Brady was pissed after that showing in New England. He said, all right, I'm going to remind you guys and do my thing. Now, again, it was against the Dolphins, but, I mean, nonetheless, they're trying to win a football game.
You have to do that against a team like that. If because they're a bad team, you got to blow them away now. Just to show them.
Exactly. They always come prepared, man.
Tom Brady had 30 completions, 411 passing yards, and 5 TDs.
Yeah.
Mike Evans had 6 receptions, 113 receiving yards, and 2 TDs.
Yeah, Mike Evans. Yeah, Mike Evans is an absolute monster.
You good?
No, I was just saying, what did Adam Sandler say to that the head coach or the prison warden? He was like, you got to find your basic team. You pound the shit out of them, you just beat their ass. And that was Miami. He just made his team look real better. Just came off an embarrassing win, but now I'm about to tear this ass up and show these people I'm Tom Brady.
Man, and that was exactly. That was off of a win, and he came into that.
And then the Broncos took on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Big Ben pulled it out.
Broncos need help.
27-19. I don't think Teddy Bridgewater was ready to get back in there. Maybe they should have sat him that week.
Yeah, my tight end agreed with that fan, man. And then with Juju going out, I know Claypool did his thing. But yeah, no, they just weren't ready for it.
The Eagles took on the Panthers and beat them at their house 21-18. Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, Carolina's got absolutely no identity without Christian McCaffrey. I mean, Moore still out there again, trying to do what he can, but yeah, they have no identity without him.
Yeah, and Sam Darnold, he's a good quarterback, but he needs a little bit of help. Like he's not somebody that's going to go out there and just carry a team.
And it's and it's sad because the exact same thing is happening. He ran for his life with the Jets, and he's running for his life with the Panthers. Yeah. It's unfortunate.
The Saints took on the Washington football team. Jameis Winston, 33-22, beat up that football team.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then you had Taysom Hill go out. Alvin Kamara. I mean, what can you say about Kamara? He is just a monster. He's a beast. There's no, when they're showing him take off and he gets that breakaway and scores, there's no touching him, man. It's crazy to see him rattle a defense like that where you know what's coming. You knew what was coming and they just couldn't stop it.
Yeah, it's crazy how it looks like he could just slow down the defense and just find his way through them.
Crazy.
Tennessee Titans took on the Jaguars, kicked their ass 37-19.
Man, Derrick Henry, fantasy squad, baby, MVP, baby.
Man, 29 touches, 130 rushing yards, and 3 TDs.
And he's not stopping anytime soon.
Yeah, he is just a monster. There's nothing else you can say about him.
And he's so big. There's even if you wanted to stop him, there's nothing you can do. He's so big, he's throwing you out of the way.
Yep. Minnesota, they handled their business against no-win Lions.
Detroit.
Man, that was rough. That was rough. You see that, and then the head coach, goes in front of the media after the loss, and you see how emotional he gets, and it's they give him a lot of grief. He cried, he cried on camera, but for as bad as the team's doing, he gives a shit. And, he even said it breaks his heart to see the players go out there, give all that they can, and then they lose. That's got to be the most frustrating thing in the world. You've got an entire state, with eyes on you, and you do what you can, and they fall short. And, yeah, it was tough to see the head coach like that because, again, you see the head coach, and they're all looking to him for leadership, for guidance. And, I mean, man, he just seems lost, and if he lost, that team is lost. It's sad to be a Lions fan, man.
Yeah, and it just reminded me of when Bardo has to do his 25 push-ups because of that win.
Man, Stafford is missed in Detroit, dog.
New England.
It sucks.
New England took on.
Hey,
What happened?
no, I said, yeah, hell yeah.
New England took on the Houston Texans. They won 25-22.
Oh yeah,
Mike Jones.
man, Mac.
Just over there picking on the helpless defense, bro. Just picking on Texans right now, bro. They suck. Leave them alone.
And I like Mac Jones. I like where Mac Jones is headed. I think he's got the good fundamentals to be a good quarterback moving forward if he develops. I mean, he doesn't make a ton of mistakes. And again, Barto's right. They beat up on a Texans team that again they have no idea what the hell they're doing down in Houston.
So it's no no D Hopkins, no Watson, just no JJ Watt to help on the defense. It hurts to be. I used to like the Texans. Not anymore.
The Browns, they went to LA to play the Chargers. Close game, 42. Holy shit.
Kareem Hunt,
Yeah.
Justin Herbert.
Yeah. No Odell Beckham.
Man, it's awesome to see Justin Herbert. Exactly, and for Justin Herbert to open up. I mean, he just puts on a show, man. Wherever he goes, it doesn't matter who he's playing, what he's doing. Herbert is putting on a show. Williams went out. I'm not good at it, but he threw that thing around.
Oh, Herbert, dog.
But yeah, and then the Bears, they played the Raiders. 20-9. Chicago, they showed up.
The Raiders are under a lot of stress right now, man.
Yep, Justin Fields.
Yeah, and
banged up, but he was able to come back, and he looks like he's going to be playing Week 6.
yeah, we'll definitely see what happens moving forward. I mean, not saying that it was a fluke or anything like that, but yeah, Barto's right. They were definitely under a ton of stress. That news broke before the game, and you can't tell me it didn't affect the way they played.
Oh yeah. And then the 49ers took on Arizona Cardinals 17-10. How did the 49ers hold the Cardinals to 17 points?
Easy. They kept Kyler in check.
Yep. And that's what you have to do.
And that's exactly what you have to do with Kyler Murray. So he's not moving all over the place. He's not able to escape the pocket. He's not able to make these plays with his legs. They kept him in check. Both of that defense, it's weird because sometimes the Niners defense shows up and sometimes they're nowhere to be found. But they kept Kyler in check and didn't allow Hopkins to do his thing. Yeah, maybe that's the way you got to play these guys.
They got lucky, man. I just think they got lucky keeping Kyler busy.
Yeah, he kept his ass moving.
The Giants took on the Dallas Cowboys.
Man.
Dak Prescott, 22 of 32, 302 yards and 3 TDs, 2 interceptions too.
Oh, we them boys.
Yeah, man, the Cowboys are just rolling, man. Like we said before, they've got all the weapons to assemble a Super Bowl team. I mean, definitely a team built to the playoffs, definitely made to contend in the playoffs. And again, year after year, it just seems they have the pieces to put it together, and they don't. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens as how the season shakes out. But I mean, as of right now, they've got all the weapons to make a move here. I mean, you got Zeke, you've got Lamb, you've got Cooper, and it's just, again, the defense is stepping up. They're a juggernaut of a team, but we've seen it crumble apart. So it'd be interesting to see where they go.
Yep.
Don't choke.
And then
Exactly.
Then the Giants receiver, Kadarius Toney, had 10 receptions, 189 yards, and one
Who?
punch.
What's this guy's name?
He got ejected.
Kadarius Toney, last
Never
week's
even
waiver
heard of
wire
him.
guy.
And he punched somebody.
Yes. Didn't
Did he
like
do
how
it with
the
got
helmet on?
tackled, and
You
he
know how
punched
people
him.
like punch the people with the helmet on, like, or did he like try to rip
No,
them?
he punched him with the helmet on.
Retards, man. Come on, you can't do that. You could break your hand like that, man.
Yeah, he probably did.
I would uppercut or something, you know?
He hurt his pride more than anything.
Sunday Night Football, the game everybody was waiting for. The Bills went to Kansas City to take on Patrick Mahomes,
Beat that ass.
and
Man,
they showed up 38-20 to beat the Chiefs. That was crazy, man.
yeah,
Allen
yeah.
jumping over people, doing it was like playing leapfrog over there, dog. Like, don't touch me. Touchdown.
And there's just days where you're on point, man. And Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills were on point. You can tell that the Chiefs just couldn't get in a rhythm. You can tell Mahomes was getting frustrated. You've seen as he's trying to rally everybody on the sideline, telling them, let's go, let's go. It was just mistake after mistake. You know, Pat Mahomes, he's, you know, known as the gunslinger, but there's times where, those mistakes cost him. And the Bills were just on point. I mean, they had, I think they had a touchdown, interception, run back, fumble recoveries. It was just, it was sloppy play all the way around. But again, they got in the Chiefs' face. They bullied them and took it. You know, they took it from them.
Took the candy right from the baby.
And then Monday
So
Night
don't eat
Football, the Colts, man, they had it, and then they
You
let
blew
go of
it. They blew it.
Baltimore Ravens won 31-25, and great
Three
fashion,
consecutive
too.
Man, and
Didn't come
and
back.
it didn't look good. What was it, 28-3 or 22-3 or something like that?
It was
And then
25-3, and then
And-
bam, 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 3 touchdowns.
and it just
in
went
overtime.
it went lights out after that in the third quarter again. I don't know if they took some of Michael Jordan's secret sauce from Space Jam, but whatever the hell they did at halftime, they came out and absolutely dismantled the Colts. It looked like a completely different team than we seen in the first half, and it was amazing to watch. Again, the offensive line hold up for Lamar Jackson and let him. I mean, he was reading the defense. He was shaking off routes. He was doing auto. It was a completely different quarterback than I had seen previously. But it shows you not only is Lamar Jackson athletic, but he is a pocket quarterback when he needs to be. And again, the Baltimore Ravens don't always need him to be. So, you know, it's fine when you got the running, but it's nice to know that he can fall back and have showings like this. Now, is he always going to have 4 passing touchdowns? No, that's not going to happen. But at the same time, if you're a Ravens fan, it's really good to know that when he can't run, he can throw that damn ball when he wants.
Throw it, yes.
Exactly.
But that was week 5.
What an exciting week of football.
Our pick'ems is next. We're recapping week 5 pick'ems between me and Bardo. The score ended up being 52-51. The only game that both of us lost was the Chicago against the Raiders game. Both took the Raiders. So yeah, Bardo's gonna be doing some push-ups.
No, it's not.
That was the bet. The loser of the pick'ems does the push-ups.
Yep.
No, that was his
Whatever.
week 1 bet, and every week since then he's been saying, "Bardo's gonna be doing push-ups.
Whatever.
We didn't shake on anything."
We're at
And the fans
52
know
right
it.
now, Johnny. We're at 52. So whatever
Yes,
number
sir.
we get at, if whoever loses has to do that many fucking push-ups. So I think it's
Nice,
at,
man.
200.
He didn't say
something.
none of that in the
Bardo's
beginning
doing
of this,
200
and it's
something
not in my
fucking push-ups.
contract. So he's just being a bully right now, America. Don't let him force you to do anything you don't want to do.
Don't let them force you to do anything. Cyberbullying's not cool, kid.
Cyberbullying is not cool. We would not do that. Bullies get bullied in my hood, cuz. Let you know that right now, man.
So let's recap college football Big Ten. week 6.
DeMarcus
Maryland took
Cousins, you're
on
welcome on this channel anytime you want. Sorry, I put that out there. And Zebo.
Maryland took on number 7, Ohio State. They got their ass whooped 66 to
Smoked.
17.
Man, ass whooping.
Number 11, Michigan State took on Rutgers. Didn't go well for them, 31 to 13. Wisconsin finally showed up. Got a redemption win against Illinois, 24 to 0. This was the game of the week. Penn State against Iowa. Number 4, Penn State against number 3, Iowa. Iowa pulled.
That was a good game.
20.
That was a good game.
20, man. That was a really good game. And,
Hawkeyes, baby.
Michigan, man. What can I say? They're
Wolverines.
finally getting their ways. Jim Harbaugh, he's learning to coach again.
Also, Hard University.
It's crazy good to see last year where they were. They were talking about being done with them, possibly parting ways. Harbaugh needs to go somewhere else, and that was a good game against Nebraska. I mean, they put up a fight, tried to come back, but Michigan got the W.
Yeah, and everybody lost faith in him. And then he's finding his way, but they forget that he lost players. People get hurt, and all these things are happening.
You're dealing with a completely new team every single year, so they stuck it out, and here we go.
But let's jump to our Q&As. So we got 3 big questions, man. I'm gonna give it to one of you guys, and then to the next guy. So Bardo, I'll go with you first. Are the Chiefs done?
Stick a fork in them. They're done, man. Well done. They're a one and done team. They'll never be back to Super Bowl. They're done for. Nah, a little bit of TLC, man. I don't know. Eat some Wheaties, do some push-ups. They need something, man. They need the Michael Jordan juice. They need the secret stuff right now. A whole gallon would do, and they can come back and do some shit. But I don't know, the way they're playing right now, they're just lacking, man. And there's going to be teams that are going to go around them. And, yeah, goodbye to your good playoff spot. You'll be playing a good team in the playoffs probably.
Yep, and they got the Chargers, Raiders, and Broncos in their division. So there's a lot of good teams that they have to beat in order to get into the playoffs just right there in their own division.
If Teddy Bridgewater comes back, gets healthy, man, and goes back to where he was, they'll be right back on track, too.
Hey, that was your Super Bowl pick.
Yep.
But Johnny P, are the Chiefs done?
Well, for the Chiefs, I mean, I'm not ready to hit the panic button or anything with them. I believe they're 2-3. But I mean, let's face it, they're still the Chiefs. You still have Patrick Mahomes. You still have Travis Kelce. I mean, you still have a monster of an offensive team. The only thing is that the defense needs to step up. In all honesty, like here's my thing: Pat Mahomes will get you the points, but if you're a good enough offense, you will outscore them. It can't be a battle of we just score you. It can't. That's great for the ratings. That's an awesome show. But at the same time, for the Chiefs to be legitimate contenders, they need to shape up that defense. Again, I'm not worried about Pat Mahomes, anybody else, whoever the hell they got running the ball. They just keep adding players go. You have Tyreek Hill, you have Travis Kelce, and you have Pat Mahomes. Don't ever count the Chiefs out.
Yeah. Offensively, offensively, they're just cracking. Yeah, that too. That's a good addition this week coming. But yeah, without defense, you ain't winning nothing, man. That's like the Packers. Like Aaron Rodgers can sling it out with the best quarterback. You know, we can put up 40 points, but it don't help if we're playing Tom Brady and he's putting up 40 points too. And then our defense just lets these mother truckers score, you know?
And that was the biggest knock with us when the Packers were going through their, when we were going to the championships and stuff. I mean, we just went, but at the same time, it was a time where we were just outscoring the opposition, and that'll sustain you, but for the time being, but it's not. You can't, it doesn't win Super Bowls.
Troy Polamalu said it best: defense wins championships.
Yep. But
well-rounded teams win championships.
Defense wins championships.
Our next question, Jeremy or Johnny, can we put to rest Lamar isn't a quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, we should have put that to rest a while ago. This isn't his first outing. I mean, obviously, he's never hit 400 yards, and then the touchdowns. This was a special performance from Lamar Jackson, but let's face it, he's a mobile quarterback. That is his bread and butter. That's what will happen. That's what you're going to see 90% of the time. Now, maybe when the wheels, the tread starts to wear off a little bit and he's not as mobile, maybe we'll start to see that pocket presence, but that time may pass. This might be the prime time for him to to show his throwing talents, because when the tread does start to wear off and you have to be that pocket passer, you're also older, you're also slower. So I'd like for him to mix it up a lot more, but he's got the weapons to do it. I mean, Lamar Jackson is a quarterback.
Yep. Bardo, can we put the rest?
Yeah, I agree with that,
Lamar
man. He's 2 for 1, dog. He's still a running back. He's a quarterback. He's a wide receiver. He can be anything that he wants to. Shit. The man, I just seen him like throw that 400-yard game. It was a 300-yard game for the first time ever.
400.
400, man. I don't know, man. If he could do that in a pocket, even after, I would say he got to run 3 more years possibly,
Yep.
But after that, you got to be able to throw that same ball, in the pocket.
Yeah, and
who's to say he's going to be here still, that long?
And he's the first quarterback to have 1,000 yards passing and 300 yards rushing in the first 5 games. He's on a tear right now.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll stay here with Bardo. Is Tom Brady human? 30 for 41, 412 passing yards, 5 touchdowns. The first career game where he had 400-plus yards and 5 TDs, breaking records at the age 44.
Man is an alien. He's built from outer space. You seen him in draft day, he was like this big. Now he's like this big. Like, what the fuck, dog? Like, man, it's crazy, bro. 44 years old. I honestly wish Brett Favre could have just stayed with Packers a little bit longer, bro. Because we would have seen this shit, but now we're seeing it for real though. Like somebody that the old goat can sit there and just throw that. That's what's up, man. It's out here slinging it to like the West Coast.
Johnny P.
What was that? I mean, I'm a Packer fan, but what was that? You wish Brett Favre would have stayed because that would have happened? Is that what you were saying?
Definitely, man. Then don't, man. I will shut this computer off right now. You can't say something slick. This is not something for a debate, man.
As you're wearing a Rodgers jersey, you're not going to tell me that the same thing would have happened with Brett Favre. I mean, again, Tom Brady is what happened if Brett Favre would have made all the right decisions. You know what I mean? The rings with Green Bay and the rings with any other team he went to had he been as great as Tom Brady. But Tom Brady, I will say, has Benjamin Button syndrome. The man just keeps getting better, and it's awesome to see because he's not competing with anybody. He's not trying to prove anything. If anything, he's trying to beat himself in the mirror every day. That's all he's trying to do. And the man at 44 years old is not only breaking records, but he's doing what quarterbacks in their 20s can't do. It's again, say what you want about the weapons he has. Again, he's earned the right to handpick his team where he feels he'll win the championship, and he proved everybody right last year. Hey, I made my choice, and look what happened. The man's doing this thing, and it's awesome to watch. You cannot, you can hate on him all you want, but the man every week shows you why everybody else loves him, man.
Yeah,
sounds like somebody I know.
But it's just crazy to see that this is his first time he's thrown 400-plus yards with 5 touchdowns.
And they ain't gonna be the last time.
How great he is! I would have thought he did that already.
Well, that's just it. He's not exactly. Those are horse and pony shows. You know what I mean? Those are nice. Those are nice for the wow factors. Those are nice. Oh my God, 17 touchdowns and 3,000 yards. but how many rings and championships do you have to show for it? You can do all those nice things, but when the game is on the line, there's no better person than Tom Brady to have in your
Tom
corner.
Brady. Yep.
Hey, and not to like throw shade on like all the New England wide receivers or nothing, but they're no match, bro, for the Buccaneers wide receivers. Like I like all those classics, bro. Edelman and I forget the short dude's name, bro. He's fast as hell.
Wes Welker.
Hey, my main man, bro. All of them are ghosts, bro. Like
Danny Amendola,
great. Danny Amendola, fucking all of them. Broncos out there too, but all of them. I don't think
Aaron Hernandez.
bro, they do not compare to Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. Mike Evans has got 1,000 yards like every year he's been in the league, bro. You know, they got Antonio Brown, bro, who's playing like he's 18 still. You know, like honestly, I think those wide receivers are a little bit better than the old wide receivers that he had. You know, they're just faster. They got the moves, bro. They got the height.
And here's the thing. I mean, that to all that is 1,000% true, and that shows you how great Tom Brady is to be in New England with those wide receivers and to make them Super Bowl champions. I mean, until Tom Brady came to town, Mike Evans had all those stats, but Julian Edelman had more rings than them. And again, it's not all about rings, but when you talk about the game of football is to win the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And nobody's done that better than Tom Brady.
Spygate. Deflategate.
Hey, he likes his balls underflated. Aaron Rodgers likes his balls overflated. Who's to say?
Yeah, but that was our Q&A's. That was some good questions. Good answers.
They robbed my man Charles Woodson, dog. So I gotta say, 2 rings. Charles Woodson should have 2 rings.
But our MVP. Let's see who you guys would give your MVP to if the season ended right now. So we have
if the season were to end today.
If we have Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Kyler Murray, Dak Prescott, Tom Brady, or other, you guys could pick your own. Those are just the people in the.
We're just picking all quarterbacks.
The race. No, you can pick. Devontae Adams, Derrick Henry, just who
a little bias up there.
Yeah, I think in all honesty, it's tough to say with everybody showing out, and especially after the monster week that a lot of people had this week. Again, Tom Brady, Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, a little quiet, but I mean, let's not forget what he's done the last 4 weeks leading up to that. Dak Prescott. I mean, Dak Prescott so consistent, you almost forget about the passing yards and the touchdowns. Now, he has his bad games, but at the same time, he is consistent. So, and you also, I don't think you can overshadow Derrick Henry. Like you said, Devontae Adams, anything like that. I mean, they're all in the running. Now, chances are they're not going to give it to him. I personally feel Derrick Henry should be up there with everybody else for most valuable player. I mean, let's face it. If it weren't for Derrick Henry, I mean, he's putting the Titans on his back. But at the same time, you've got Tom Brady doing his thing. But like Bardo said, he's got some offensive weapons and stuff like that. So it comes down to most valuable player. Unfortunately, that's always a quarterback, and it's always a stat line when it comes to that. So I mean, you're going to be looking at either Kyler Murray, Josh Allen is what I think it comes down to. I mean, if it were sexy, it'd be Brady, Herbert, Murray, they'd all be in the running. But I just think with the MVP, I mean, it's hard to deny Murray. I mean, in all honesty, everything that he's doing, the passing, the running, everything like that. I mean, he is putting on an absolute clinic this year.
Yeah, and I personally like Dak Prescott, but I feel like he's the Tom Brady kind of thing. He has a lot of help. So if you're going out of those guys of who really doesn't have help, it's really Josh Allen. He just has Stephon Diggs, and who else is in there? He has Emmanuel Sanders, who was getting old. He has Cole Beasley, who kind of can do his thing. Devin Singletary, Zach Moss, those guys are finding their way. Which one of them are going to be the starter? Justin Herbert, he has Michael Williams, he has Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler, Kyler Murray, he has D Hop, AJ Green, Chase Evans. And like you said, Tom Brady, he has Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. Gronk went down, but he had Gronk. So it's kind of hard, man. But I like Dak Prescott as my MVP. If I was giving somebody one right now.
Man, if last night's game counts, it's man Lamar Jackson, dog.
He's like Lamar, and he's definitely like Giannis did. He has better stats this year playing than he did when he won the MVP. So it's like if you're going off of that, you have to give it to Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I think even if the stat line's better, history has shown that the chances of him getting again are probably going to be slim to none. But I mean, I definitely root for him because, like I said, with him showing the pocket presence now, I hope he continues it. You know what I mean? Even though the passing touchdowns, the stat lines aren't huge when it comes to the passing game. I mean, who's to say that can't evolve by the end of the season?
Yes, sir. Barta, who's your MVP? You didn't say? You're going with Lamar?
I was going to Lamar. I was thinking Lamar Jackson, like how you like Dak Prescott, but I'd still pick Devontae Adams, man.
You like Devontae?
Yeah, man. We got to get a wide receiver in there. The boy's showing out. Double coverage, triple coverage. You can't touch him, bro. So honestly, ain't nobody messing with that man, bro.
So you guys
AJ Green, maybe.
You guys went with the oddballs.
Devontae Adams, man.
Got to get his Derrick Henry, and you took Devontae.
Give me Derrick Henry and Kyler Murray, baby.
Yes, sir. I like it. Well, let's jump to our waiver wire segment. Let's say a few names that can help people.
My favorite part of the segment.
We got Darrell Williams since Clyde Edwards-Helaire went down. Darren Williams is taking the role. Kadarius Toney from the Giants, even though he hit somebody, he didn't mean it. Devontae
You want to punch me in the face. You want to punch me in the face, don't you?
Devontae Booker, he's taking the role for Saquon Barkley, the running back from Denver he came from. Rondale Moore from Arizona, the guy that's been catching every pass from Kyler Murray. Alex Collins, he's taking the role. Chris Carson, if he can't go again, that's the name Bartle should have known. Hunter Henry, tight end.
Henry,
Pick him up. And then our tight end or our wide receiver, his brother, Amara St. Brown.
St. Brown for Detroit, baby.
Man, Detroit. Yeah, I got him on one of my teams, man. Nobody even knew who that guy was, but I did. Got me 20 points, I believe, last week.
Nice.
Well, let's preview week 6. Thursday night football.
Are you ready for some football?
Dun-dun.
We got Tampa Bay going against Philadelphia on Fox. Again, Thursday night football gets a Fox game.
Go Tampa.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Tampa's going to keep rolling, man. I mean, all the best to Jalen Hurts and those Philly fans, but Tom Brady's gonna do his thing.
Yes, sir.
Packers and
Sunday
Bears.
We have Packers and Bears, yeah.
No, we have our London game first. Miami takes on Jacksonville.
Yeah, give me Jacksonville and that. Give me the handsome devil Trevor Lawrence in London, baby.
They're gonna get their first dub this week, man.
Yeah, like Bardo said, those London fans love the Jaguars.
Then we have Packers against the Bears. Oldest rivalry.
In the book. This book.
Man, probably the greatest game ever. My girlfriend's family is from Chicago. They just love it when I go over there with my Rodgers jersey on, those Adams.
No, yeah, we've owned it and nothing's gonna change, man. I mean, Justin Fields. I mean, I hope he's out there because again, everybody's just aching to put something on him since he said the NFL was slow.
Yep.
So they're gonna look to eat him up.
the Rams taking on the Giants. Man, that's gonna be
Giants are
bad.
about to get spanked against sorry New York.
Daniel Jones can't make it out there. It's gonna
Good
be
night.
bad.
Good night, Irene.
And not saying they have a chance with him, just saying it's gonna be even worse.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Minnesota takes on the Carolina Panthers.
Skull.
Bartles taking on the Panthers for the push-up challenge.
Will McCaffrey be back? Who are you taking?
Vikings,
He's taking
man.
the Vikings. He's pulling that look hard.
Is McCaffrey back yet?
No, they're calling him a game time decision, which will probably be doubtful.
He's about to get benched.
Yeah, but I
That's a rough one.
Dalvin Cook. They put him as a game time decision too again because I
Do
messed
not
up
start
and
him,
I left
man.
him. I left him in.
If I was Minnesota, I would have started him, man.
Yeah, that's rough.
And that was what me and Barter were talking about. They started him, or they brought him back in, and it looked like it brought him back in too early because he just sat on the sidelines on that bicycle. So I was just like, why did they even do that? They should let him rest, let him be in his zone. And,
Yeah.
But the Bengals take on Detroit.
Detroit.
The Bengals will be looking to avenge that loss. So I don't care, man. I'm gonna root for the Lions.
Let's say if you're the Bengals, you do not want the Lions to be the first team you lose against.
Especially that head coach was crying on TV. They're gonna come out with some fire.
Oh, yeah.
I need Joe Mixon to get off. I need Joe Burrow to snap back. So,
Jamar Chase,
Bengals,
bro,
man.
he's a monster.
He's a real deal, man.
man.
He's a good guy.
We called it since the beginning.
He was running.
But we had the Cardinals. Cardinals are going against the Browns this week, and the Browns showed up against the Chargers. So I would like.
Yeah, man, that's going to be a big game. I'd like to see Baker Mayfield put on his throwing cap, and these boys just sling it out.
Cardinals, baby.
And then we have the Chargers going against the Ravens, man.
It's going to be a good game.
Tough one, man.
Ravens.
Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson. Oh man, MVP.
You think his defense is ready? You think that Chargers defense is ready for Lamar at home, dog?
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll see. He's gonna be after this. He's gonna be riding a high, but I think the Chargers are gonna be waiting to put a hurting on him. So give me the Chargers.
Man, I see Ray Lewis coming out with the flag like this all over again.
Then we had the Chiefs taking on the Washington football team. Pat Mahomes trying to get an easy win.
They need to get right. They need to get right against them.
Get right. Can't get right.
So yeah, this is the rebound. This is that sloppy chick that they went home with at the bar at 3 a.m. They needed a ride home. So this is that rebound that they needed to get back. So hopefully after Sunday they roll over and get the hell out of there in an Uber.
Uber.
And then we have Houston taking on the Colts, man. Just both bad teams. But I think
Cold City
is going to do it.
Cold City.
Yeah, Colts.
Then we got the Raiders taking on the Broncos, man. Fight for the division.
Let's go Broncos.
Raiders are going to come out like a bat out of hell for their coach and show the world they stood behind John Gruden.
Yep. And then the Cowboys making their way to New England, take on Bill Belichick.
Cowboys on the road.
It wouldn't surprise me if the Cowboys lost this. These are games that they lose.
Yep. True.
Then Sunday Night Football, it's not that interesting because Ben Roethlisberger isn't the same, and Russell Wilson isn't in. But the Seahawks is taking.
And he will not play.
Russell Wilson isn't in.
Steelers get it done.
Oh man, yeah, Steeler Nation, baby. 6 to 8 weeks.
You might have fell asleep in the beginning of the.
Yeah.
He's out 6.
I see his fingers going like this, and I thought it was okay, tape it up. Put a glove on. You got it?
No.
Steel City, baby.
Yeah, Steelers got that one in, bro.
And Monday Night Football, the Bills take on Derek, or should we say King Henry?
Yep.
King Henry.
Bro, honestly, that'd probably be the best game of the week, other than the Packers.
And that would really
Bears.
show, like, if Derek Henry can beat the Bills and outperform Josh Allen, I think that would make his name or his little marking for MVP.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Unfortunately, I don't see them getting it done against the Bills. Maybe the Bills jump ahead, and Tannehill's got to start throwing the ball. So unless it's a nice gritty game, I see Josh Allen doing his thing. So we'll hope that Derrick Henry makes a statement.
Yes, sir. Let's jump to our start sit fantasy segment. Throw 2 names up there, and we're gonna see who you guys want to start and who you guys are gonna sit. So Bardo, PPR league, you got Allen Robinson versus the Bears, or James Conner at Cleveland. Who you starting? Who you sitting?
I mean, Allen Robinson versus Green Bay.
As a start, and James Conner as a sit.
No, I'm starting James Conner, man. That boy is still good running back these days, boy.
So you starting James
Sitting Allen
Conner.
Robinson.
All right, Johnny P. Who you started? And who you sitting?
Out of Robinson and Connor.
Yep.
Yeah. Give me Allen Robinson, and I'll sit Connor.
So yeah, me and you are the same. I'm starting Allen Robinson. I'm sitting. James
I just think that Packers secondary is just, even though the Packers are good, their secondary is still shaky. And if Robinson can get behind anybody, I like his chances.
And no Jair Alexander. So
Yep.
Eric Stokes, he can't cover both sides of the field.
I still
Exactly.
think the Packers get 2 defensive touchdowns this game.
That very well may be from Justin Fields. That may well be, but I still like Allen Robinson.
But yeah, so half PPR. We'll stay with you, Johnny. Brandon Cooks at Indianapolis, or DJ Moore at Minnesota.
Man, give me DJ Moore. I mean, I bet against the guy in week 1, and he's made me pay for it every single week after that. I know Brandon Cooks still eats, but DJ Moore has just been a bright spot on a dark team that just keeps shining, man.
Yes, sir. I like that too. I like DJ Moore over Cooks.
Same here.
Bardo, how do you feel?
Same here.
All right. Our standard league, Bardo. Carson Wentz versus Houston, or Mac and Cheese versus the Cowboys.
Carson Wentz, my man. Start him.
Bardo's going with Carson.
No questions.
Johnny P, who you starting? Who you sitting? Out of Carson Wentz and Mac and
Yeah, Mac Jones. I'm gonna stick with Carson Wentz. I mean that Houston Texans defense, Carson Wentz should do his thing, and it should be a free for all. Mac Jones with that Dallas defense, even though a good quarterback with well fundamentals, he's still learning the game, and I think the Cowboys are going to throw a bunch of different looks at him. So give me Carson Wentz.
Yep, and that's across the board because that's how I feel. Well, we have PPR league, Robert Woods at the Giants, or Myles Gaskin at Jacksonville, and in London, but that's their home game for Jacksonville. So who you starting? Who you sitting, Johnny P?
Yeah, give me Robert Woods, man. There's no way I'm gonna steer away from him after this showing. I mean, he's showing everybody I'm still here. Feed me the ball, and I'll get it. And I think they keep on.
Bardo?
Man, I want to surprise myself this week and go with Myles Gaskin because I don't think they have anything else to go on. So,
Right.
they probably just shut out the running game ASAP. So, let's just go back to back for our Woods. I wanted to go with Myles Gaskin though, just to surprise him, But that's the only way Miami would win is if they had a running game.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, we got our over or under segment. Bardo is killing it. He's 6-3. So this week he has Minnesota at Carolina, 46 points. What are you going with? Over or under, B?
Got them Jimmy Conway numbers, dog. You book with me, book with the best. Carolina sucks, man. Minnesota sucks too. They're under.
Under?
Yeah, there's no way they're scoring that much points.
All
Who do you think
right.
they are? The Packers.
Then we have Jamar Chase.
He's decent, man.
18.5.
What is that like? The regular rating for like a decent game, like a 180-yard game or so?
Yeah, that would be like 10 catches and 80 yards.
It's decent right there. I'm gonna go right there, average or under, right there on that. That's right there on the line. Yeah, because I don't know. There might be a lot going on this weekend.
That was hard, right? Especially them going against Detroit.
They're trying to win their game, bro.
They're trying.
They got to win the game somehow.
Then we got the Rams at the Giants, 47.5 points. Are you over or are you under?
Man, the Rams are gonna put up 42 by themselves. We'll go. We put under just in case Matt Stafford only throws like 37 or something. 35.
All right, he going under across the board. Johnny P, you're 4-5 or you're 4-5. So you got Packers at Chicago, 45.5 points. Are you over or are you under?
No, I'm going under that, man. I mean, honestly, it should be a dominant show. I think we get it done. I don't think we, combined they have to put up that many points. I think it's a decisive win for the Packers.
Nice. He's going under. Then we have Tampa Bay at Philly, 52 points. Over or are you under?
Again, the only way that's getting that high is if Tom Brady does another light show, because I don't see Jalen Hurts. I mean, while he'll get his touchdown or two, I just don't see him going stride for stride with Tom Brady or anything like that, so I'm going to go under.
Yeah, not at all. And then you have Patrick Mahomes at the Washington football team, 23.5 fantasy points. Is he over or is he under?
Oh, he's definitely going to be over that. Again, 23 point. I mean, what is that average? Is that a rough night in the office? I'm not 100% sure. I mean, the man's 25 and above. So, especially after what happened against Buffalo, he's going to come out and you're going to see a new Pat Mahomes.
Nice. So you have 2 unders and 1 over. Then I got the Patriots at the Cowboys, 49.5. I'm going to go under. I just don't think it's going to be a really high-scoring game. I think Bill Belichick.
Like your boy Mac Jones throwing it like that.
I think Bill Belichick's going to keep Dak Prescott, under control. But I still see the Cowboys winning, but I think he's going to keep them under control.
They just did that to Tom Brady because it was Tom Brady, man. Dak Prescott's, got a fucking cannon for an arm, bro.
Yeah, he does. And we got Buffalo.
I mean, that's why you're 3-6, bro. I'm just trying to.
He's just trying to move on past that, bro.
Then we got Buffalo at Tennessee, 54 points. I'm going over because it's gonna be a good showing, dude. Ryan Tannehill, and then Josh Allen, of course. Josh Allen alone is 40 points. DJ Moore at Minnesota, 16.5 fantasy points. I'm going over for that one.
Hopefully.
You got him in your fantasy?
I did.
But yeah, that was our over and under segment. So let's see if we can catch up to Bardo, or is he just gonna blow us away?
Let's see.
And then let's jump to our stud or dud fantasy segment. Are you a stud like me, or are you a dud like Bardo? PPR league.
I'm a milk dud, baby.
A milk dud.
PPR league. We have Terry McLaurin or AJ Brown. Terry Scary's playing Kansas City. And AJ Brown's playing Buffalo. Which one you going with, Bardo? Stud or dud?
AJ Brown against Buffalo. Good competition right there. Terry McLaurin got that trash Kansas City defense. And let's go Washington as a stud. Washington wide receiver Terry. Terry scary dog. Yeah. I think AJ Brown's gonna have a decent ass game too, though, bro. Because that's like good defense right there. And he always plays. He plays good when he has like that. You know, when he has good defense. But Terry Scary should have an easy day. You know,
yeah. Yeah, especially against Kansas City's defense. They looked banged up.
They're letting everybody just score touchdowns on them. Running train on them.
What about you, Johnny P?
Yeah, no, man. I like AJ. I like Brown. Definitely over McLaren. Yeah, I just against Buffalo. I like AJ Brown definitely over McLaren versus KC. Again, I know I talked about KC secondary, but at the same time, I think Brown's gonna eat.
Yep. And then we have standard. So we're going with Matthew Stafford at the Giants or Derek Carr at Denver. Who you rocking with, Johnny P? Who's your stud and who's your dud for week 6?
Oh, definitely give me Matthew Stafford as a stud. Derek Carr's got way too much on his plate right now. Again, I just spoke highly of Matthew Stafford. He's got to do his thing against the Giants. So give me Stafford the stud and Derek the dud.
Bardo?
Same here, man. Same here. Yeah, man. Stafford's gonna have a lights out day.
That's really how I feel. I don't see Derek Carr really doing anything against the Broncos. But all right, we got our half PPR. Najee Harris versus the Seattle Seahawks or Darren Waller. Who's your stud and who's your dud, Bardo?
Man, I'm going with the running back from Steelers Nation, dog. Harris. Yep, stud.
He's a monster, man. And he was a second stringer in college. To come out and do this shit in the NFL is ridiculous.
Hey, man. Jonathan Taylor was second string.
Yep. But we have Johnny P, Najee Harris versus Seattle or Darren Waller taking on the Broncos.
Yeah, no, man, I agree with both you guys, man. Harris is doing some awesome things, man. So give me Harris a stud and Waller the dud.
Nice. I like that. Then we got another PPR. Chris Godwin, Thursday night. He's taking on the Eagles. Or Ezekiel Elliott. He's taking on, he's at Bill Belichick's home. He's taking on the Patriots. Johnny, who's your stud? Who's your dud?
Man, this one's a tough one. You got Chris Godwin, who is going to be a threat, but Ezekiel Elliott, unless Belichick throws something at him, unless he gets some defenses his way, Zeke is a beast, and Zeke will eat.
Pardo? Who you rocking with? Chris Godwin or Ezekiel Elliott?
Tom Brady has a lot of weapons over there, and so it's hard to say who's gonna have their day. And Zeke, like you said, man's just eating, and he's back. He looks like he's back. So going with Ezekiel Elliott as third dog.
Yeah, I like Chris Godwin though. Mike Evans, he ate last week, so I feel like this week it's gonna be Chris Godwin, personally. And then Ezekiel Elliott, it's hard to, man, it's so hard to start him because some games he looks amazing, and then another game he just lets Tony Pollard handle his business. Like, you go out there and do it.
Yeah, some people do the loose swooping pool, some people do the bunny ears.
But yeah, that's our stutter dud for week 6. Now let's run through our pick'ems. Pretty sure we're all going with Tampa Bay across the board.
Yes, sir.
Jacksonville. I
Then
said
we
so earlier. I had to fix that.
then we have our London game, Miami at Jacksonville. We're all going with Jacksonville.
Yeah, buddy.
Then we got the Chargers at Baltimore.
BMO.
I'm going with the Chargers.
Give me the Chargers.
2 Chargers and 1 Baltimore.
See?
Yes, sir.
All right, I like it. Then we have Minnesota at Carolina. I'm going with Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Skull.
Skull. And then we have Green Bay, our division game at Chicago. Green Bay.
Green, yellow, green, yellow, green, yellow.
Yes, sir.
Cincinnati at Detroit.
Hey. Looks
I'm
like I
going
got
with
horns.
Cincinnati.
Detroit, baby.
Detroit.
Motor City.
Oh man,
Detroit.
Detroit. Then we have Houston at Indianapolis.
Indy.
Indy. Bardo.
Hey, you know I didn't pick Detroit, right? I was just saying
Okay.
Detroit. You know I say Detroit. Yeah. All right, it was Cincinnati.
No, I'm saying Indianapolis though. Are you going
Oh yeah.
Indianapolis or Houston?
Yeah, fool. Houston's going down, man.
Houston.
Chinatown.
Well, I was just saying
Houston,
you
we have
visited
a problem.
Houston. You said you liked Houston.
Oh, I
just
like
making
Houston,
sure.
man. You know they just suck right now.
Then
What are you doing, man? I'm trying to win games here, all right? You're trying to sabotage my name, man.
we have the Rams taking on the Giants. We're going with the Rams across the board. Kansas City
Yes, sir.
at Washington. I'm going with
Kansas.
Kansas City.
Chiefs.
Chiefs, Bardo.
Yep.
And then Arizona taking on the Browns, man. This is
The
a tough one.
dogs.
Give me the Browns.
Yeah, I'm going with the Cardinals, but man, the Browns, it's a tough one. I'll tell you that. 'Cause they both look good. Who you
That
going
could be a
with,
real
Bardo?
nice game. AZ.
All right. Then we got the Vegas Raiders without Gruden taking on the Broncos. I'm going with the
Broncos.
Let's go Broncos.
Broncos.
What happened to the Vegas is gonna show up for their coach and go all out.
Hey, that was wishful thinking, man. I ain't betting money on that.
He sees it on paper now. He's like, oh, no.
But you know what I will bet money on? The New England Patriots, baby.
The Patriots taking on the Cowboys. I'm going with
What?
Dallas.
Give me the Patriots with the upset.
Who you going with, Bardo?
Dallas, man.
Dallas. Don't like it.
You freaking guys.
I want to be the only Dallas guy. Then we
I don't
have-
believe in Mac Jones yet, man. I gotta watch a few more games. This would honestly make it a good game. You know, like he's playing good defenses. You know, but it's a good one too.
That's what they said about Cam Newton.
Then we have Seattle
he now?
taking on Pittsburgh. I'm going
That's
with
crazy.
Pittsburgh.
He's gone, but Winston's still here. I thought,
Give me Pittsburgh.
yep, Steelers dog.
Steelers. On our Monday night final game, Buffalo at Tennessee. I got the Bills.
Bills Mafia.
Bardo?
Yeah, the Bills got a little bit more weapons on the offense, man. And I like the Buffalo defense a little bit better than I do like Tennessee.
Nice.
Buffalo.
Let's see how this plays out.
Watch Derrick Henry just go nuts.
But let's end it in a strong note. Let's preview our college football Big Ten week 7. Michigan State takes on
Orton.
Indiana. The Hoosiers.
Don't ever count them out.
Rutgers take on Northwestern University.
Rutgers.
Nebraska takes on the Minnesota Golden Gophers.
Nebraska.
Purdue takes on the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Give me the Hawkeyes.
Army takes on Wisconsin. That's gonna be a game.
Ganson.
But we can't end the show without, highlighting our sponsor. So that's
Or I
pizza.
told you last week somebody was gonna win the fight, and somebody did win that fight.
Hey,
I was right 100% the whole time.
You were right. You're so
What a time! What a time to throw that in, my man.
I had to think about that, man. It's like we want to do some more bet. I can't wait till Friday.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, my dude.
But yeah, Fidenzio's Pizza.
On 27th Street.
Get that pizza.
Call
Fucking
that number
Bardo.
414-885-0033. You tell me you want a family special.
Family special?
Yep.
Tell him to give you the Bardo special.
The Bardo special.
Pick your 2-liter, get you some garlic bread.
And you out of there. Yeah, man. That's a wrap for our show.
Follow Time Out with